Good morning, student. How are you all? Hope you will be fine and taking care of your health also. Okay, so today we will do exercise 2.3. But before coming to the exercise 2.3, I just want to discuss with you few points. I sent you a worksheet on 1st of May. Am I right? And video lecture also. And I got your HW today because 2nd of May was Sunday. Okay. So I went through few worksheets. What I have seen, not few worksheets, maximum worksheet I have checked. So what I found that number of students have done this question wrong, means your calculation was wrong. So I don't want to call their names, but yesterday was your online session, understood? And I asked you if you have any doubt and query regarding the question which I explained in video and the questions which I sent in worksheet. All of you are saying very loudly, no ma'am, we don't have any doubt. Okay, but when I was checking your worksheet, what I found that number of students have done this calculation wrong. I don't know why. But it's okay. It might be possible that you said you are confident that whatever you have done in worksheet, that is totally correct. Okay, so it's not your fault. It might be possible that you could not understand the procedure. So before coming to the exercise 2.3, I would like to discuss those two questions. I have given to you 4 questions. Now I am going to explain these 2 parts of that one question, and rest 2 parts now you will do correction. Okay, so I am just going to explain, I am just going to solve these 2 parts of HW. Okay, so I have given to you these 4 parts, means that n type of question. It's a special type of questions, as I told you. Okay, so I told you that if you have a letter, English letter, we don't know the value of this number, this letter. Okay, what would be the value? In which way we have to perform this calculation? Look at here carefully. Okay, Atashi, Ankul, and that Aditya, and Vibhushi Dangwal also, Udisha, please pay attention. Okay, so n minus 25 equals to 83. What I said to you, leave that letter in left hand side. Leave that letter in left hand side. Write down that number which is written on right hand side as it is. Left that n, and I have written 83 which is on right hand side. Now what will happen with this minus 25, because it's changing its space, it's changing its place. It is in question, it is before equals to. Now I am shifting this minus 25 on right hand side. Okay, what change will occur? What change will occur? In left hand side, 25 has a negative sign. 25 has a negative sign. Now I am shifting this minus 25 on right hand side, then it will become plus. It will become plus. Got it or not? Here is minus. Now it is shifted on right hand side, though it will change its sign. So here it is minus, but in right hand side it will be plus. Okay. Now perform 5 plus 3 would be 8. 8 plus 2, 8 plus 2, 10. It means the value of n will be 108. I also explained there, if you are not satisfied with your calculation, then you can cross verify. You can cross verify the value which you have got for that n. You can place that value instead of n, and you can check that. If 25 will be subtracted from 108, that is the value of n, it will give 83. It means your calculation is correct. But if you will subtract 25 from 108 and it will not give 83, it means you have done mistake somewhere. Understood? Now let's check. Now I am going to check my calculation. Okay, now in place of n, I am writing 108 because I got the value of n is 108. So 108 minus 25. Now subtract it. Take out 5 from 8. It will become 3. So it is not possible to take out 2 from 0. Now carrying over, it will become 2. It will become 10. 10 minus 2 equals to 83. It means the value which we have got from n, that is 100% correct. Got it? Come to the second one. Now again here n plus 104 equals to 823. Now I will leave n on left hand side. I will write 823 as it is. Now what about the plus 104? In left hand side it carries plus sign. 104 carries plus sign. But now I am shifting it. I am shifting it from left to right. So what will happen? Here is plus, it will become minus 104. Understood or not? Understood or not? Now subtract it. It will become 13. Now subtract 4 from 13. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 9. Okay? Here would be 1. Okay? Sorry. Here will be 1. Okay? Now 8 minus 1 will be 7. The value of n would be 790. Again check your calculation. Place the value of n. 719. Here is plus 104. Add it. 9 plus 4. 13. Carry forward. 1 plus 1 2. 7 plus 1 8. 823. It means the value which we have got for n, that is correct. Understood? Two parts are there. Okay, so go through these two parts again and make correction. Where you have done wrong calculation, correct it. Now I am coming to the exercise 2.3. No, I am coming to the exercise 2.3. It is a part of your HW. Understood? I am rubbing this. You can pause video, you can note down, you can see procedure again, and now do the rest one two parts which you have done wrong. Now today we are going to discuss exercise 2.3. I have not written complete question, so I have a book. You also check question from your book. Question number first is, which of the following will not represent 0? Okay, A part is given. I am writing all the part here. 1 plus 0. B is 0 into 0. C is 0 upon 2. And D is 10 minus 10 upon 2. Okay. This is question number first of exercise 2.3, which said you have to find out, there are 4 parts of this question are given and asking which of the following will not represent 0. Which of the following will not represent 0? It means if you will solve these parts one by one, which part will not give 0 as an answer? It means, understood? If you will solve these 4 parts one by one, the sense of the meaning of question is, okay, so which part will not give 0 as an answer? Let's check. Now I am taking part first. 1 plus 0 equals to what? Number of times I explained you, if we will add any number with 0, answer always be remain that number. First thing, if we will subtract 0 from any number, now you are learning about a whole number, so your sentence should be proper. I am not saying that if we will subtract any number from 0, that is different condition. I am not saying this. I am saying that if we will subtract 0 from any number, answer always be that one number. These are the condition for addition and subtraction with 0. Understood? So, if we will add up 0 with any number, answer always remains that one number. Got it? Now come to the B. First we will find all the solution of these parts. Then we will conclude that which one part has not given 0 as an answer. Okay. Now come to the second part, 0. Multiplication has a different situation. If we will multiply 0 with any number, answer always be 0. Here are 2 zeros, but if we will multiply any number with 0, okay, any number, you can take any number, okay, answer always be 0. I explained this condition also, okay. So, 0 multiplied by 0 equals to 0. Now, come to the C part. 0 upon 2, okay, 0 upon 2, okay. We can write this in this form also. 0 into 1 upon 2. I have separated this. So if you are not understanding the language of division, then we can write this number or this situation in this way also. Okay. So if we will multiply any number with 0, answer always be 0. Understood? Now come to the D part, which is 10 minus 10 upon 2. 10 minus 10 is 0. Alright? Upon 2. The same situation. Now again, can I write in this form? Yes. Now, if we will multiply any number with 0, it will always give 0. Now you can see B, C, D parts. All the three parts are 0. All the three parts are 0, but only the part 1 means the A part is not 0. Then we can write that A part will not represent 0. Got it? Only A part will not represent 0 and rest part will be, the answer of rest one parts would be 0. Understood? Okay, let's move towards question number 2. Okay, now question number 2 is, if the product of two whole numbers is 0, can we say that one or both will be 0? Justify with the example. Here is written, if we will multiply two whole numbers, okay, if the product of two whole numbers, if we are multiplying two whole numbers and their answer is 0, so it is saying, can we say that one or both will be 0? In which conditions, if we are multiplying two whole numbers, suppose we have two whole numbers A and B, we are multiplying these two whole numbers, in which situation our answer would be a 0? In which situation? Is it quite easy or not? It's easy. Either B0 or A0. Either B0 or A0, or it is the first situation. Any one number out of these can be 0. If any one number out of these two numbers would be 0, answer 100% will be 0. First condition. Second, if both the number will 0, then answer would be 0. These are two situations. Either we can opt this one situation or this one situation. Okay. If we will place 0 instead of any number, then answer will be 0. And if we will place 0 instead of both numbers or both letters, answer will be 0. Look at here. It is saying, in which situation multiplication of two whole number will be 0. We have to define both the situation with the help of example. Okay, so you can take any whole number, 3, 4, 347, any. So I am choosing that smaller one number. So if I will multiply this 3 with 0, what would be the answer? 0. Okay, now I am writing 0 because both are whole numbers. 0 is a whole number, so answer will be 0. So is it justified or not? समझ रहे हैं ना बात को कि अगर हम 0 को 0 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तब भी 0 ही आएगा, अगर हम किसी नंबर को 0 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तब भी 0 ही आएगा। तो 0 क्या है? एक होल नंबर है। तो दोनों कंडीशंस क्या होती हैं? एप्लीकेबल है। अंडरस्टूड? आई एम लीविंग क्वेश्चन नंबर 3। दैट इज मतलब उसको आपने इसी प्रोसीजर पे फाइंड आउट करना है। तो मैं ये एक्सपेक्ट कर रही हूँ कि क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 यू विल डू योरसेल्फ, ना आई। तो प्लीज डोंट डू रॉन्ग कैलकुलेशन। You have online class, you can ask your queries, you can ask your problems there only. Understood? So come to the question number 4. Okay, question number 4 is find using distributive property. Okay, in these questions we have to follow distributive property. As I explained you, we use properties for making our calculation easier. Okay, so I explained you closure property, I explained you commutative property, I explained you associative property, I also explained you distributive property. Okay, so what does distributive property mean? Distributive property means A cross B plus C equals to A cross B plus A cross C to distribute any one number with 2 or 3. Okay, so A cross B plus C, if you will make the format of this type, then we can extend that format in this way. Okay, so it is for making our calculation easier. This is called distributive property. All the properties which used by us that makes our calculation easy. Okay, so it doesn't mean that we cannot find out solution in this way, but it is time consuming. It is time consuming. To save our time, we always follow different properties as per according to nature of question. Understood? So how to make this calculation easier by distributive property? We have a question 728 multiplied by 101. It is quite difficult. It is quite complex. So I am just breaking this number. Understood? 728 I have written say in the same manner. Now 101 can be written 100 plus 1. Now is it easy? Now is it easy? It's quite easy. Look at here. Now multiplied 728 with 100, then multiplied 728 with 1. Now 728 is multiplied by 100. The sign is plus, and 728 is multiplied by 1. Now you can easily find out the multiplication in one line. Understood? Now 728. Okay. How many zeros followed by 1? 2 zeros. Then I will place these 2 zeros at one sentence. Understood? Plus 700. If we multiply any number with 1, our answer always be that one number. So it will 728. Now add up it. 7 to 8. Okay, how to pronounce? 1, 10, 100, 1000, 10,000. Okay, Akshita Cholanki. 1, 10, 100, 1000, 10,000. 72,800. How to read number? First, always put that number under notation. If you are using Indian number chart, then you have to use Indian place values. And if you are using international place value chart, then you have to use those international notations. Okay, so how to pronounce? 1, 10, 100, 1000, 10,000. 72,800. Now add this 8 to 7. 8 plus 0 would be 8. 2 plus 0, 2. 8 and 7, 15. 1 carry forward. 2 plus 1, 3. And it is 7. It becomes 73,528. Okay, understood? So how easily we have find our calculation using distributive property. Understood? Now come to the next one. I don't have the space, so I am rubbing this part. You can pause video. You can note down this first one part. Okay, so I am rubbing this. Understood? Now come to the second one part. Okay, I have written somewhere Roman and here is A, sorry. Now come to the B part. B part is 5,437 multiplied by 1,001. Again we will break this one number. Okay, so we will write 5,437 as it is multiplied by, this is 1,001. It will be break in 1,000 plus 1. Now you can see that how easily we will find our calculation. Look at here. Now multiply 5,437 with 1,000. 5,437 into 1,000 plus 5,437, okay, into 1. Understood? Now 5,437 as it is. How many zeros followed by 1? 3 zeros. Now place these 3 zeros here. Understood? Now plus 5,437 into 1 equals to this number only. So it will become 5,437. Now add up them. It will become 5,437,000. And it will become 7,345. Okay. Now pronounce this number. 1, 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh. 54 lakh 37,000. Understood? Add up. 7, 3 plus 0, 3, 4 plus 0, 4, 7 plus 5, 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 2 will be here, 1 carry forward, 3 plus 1, 4. It will become 4. It will 50, 54, 1, tens, 100, 1,000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh. 54 lakh 42,437. Understood? So in this way we can find our calculation easily to using distributive property. Okay beta, I am leaving 3 parts for you. And I am solving here last question that is based on pattern. Okay, so I will explain that pattern on only one step. Rest one step you will be doing yourself. Understood? So note down it. Let's move towards question number 5. 2 parts you will do yourself. I am leaving those 2 parts, C and D. You will do yourself. If you will find any difficulty, then we will discuss it during online class. Understood? Here is a pattern based question and you have to find 3 to 4 more steps. Okay. So first we have to study this pattern. Okay. Let's go. Here is written 1 multiplied by 8 plus 1 equals to 9 in first step. Okay. Come to the second. Here is 12 into 8 plus 2 equals to 98. This is second one step. Here is 123 into 8 plus 3 equals to 987. Third one step. You have to find it up to 5, 6 and 7. I am just making you understand. I am just writing here 4th and 5th one step. Rest one step. Ruko. Okay, so I am just writing 2 parts. I am just writing 2 parts. What I observed in this pattern and rest one part you will be do on your own. Okay, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, I have divided it in 8 parts. First, second and third already done. 4 or it is given. Okay, 4th and 5th part I am writing here. And 6, 7th and 8th, not a part, it's a steps. Okay, the 4th and 5th steps I am going to write here to make you understand. And 6, 7th and 8th steps you will do on your own. Understood? So look at the pattern. 1 into 8 plus 1 equals to 9. And next 1, 2. Here is 1, here is 1, 2. 8 is as it is. Here also 2. And just check the answer. Here is 9. But in second one 9 and 8. 9 and with 9 predecessor of 9 that is 8. Come to the next one. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So it is increasing. It is increasing. Consecutive numbers are here. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Then obviously next one step will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. Got it? Now 8 is as it is. 8 is as it is. The number which is adding, those numbers are also increasing and order is of natural numbers, consecutive numbers. 1, 2, 3, it would be 4. Now come to the answer. Here is 9 and 8 and 7 we will write as it is. Now predecessor of 7, that would be 6. Understood? 9 here. Predecessor of 9, 98, 98. Here, predecessor of 8, that is 7, 987. Here, predecessor of 7 would be 6. So, 9876. Come to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it will become 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 8 is as it is again. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. It will become 5. And answer will be 9, 8, 7, 6 as it is, and now we will add that predecessor of 6, that is 5. So now 6, 7 and 8, 3 steps you will do on your own. Okay, so if you will find any difficulty, the questions which I have given from distributive properties means I have done 2 questions at board and I have left 2 or 3 questions for you. Okay, now question number 3 also. So you will do those questions on your own. There is no need to calculate those questions in Fair One notebook. You can calculate those questions in your rough notebook, and if you will find any difficulty, then we will discuss during online session. That's all for today. Have a nice time. Goodbye.